right. I guess you attended yesterday as well, right? Yesterday we saw how we will create our first graph, but as the time is less, maybe I explained it in a hurry. So let me show you once again how we will create the graph, yesterday's graph, and after that I will show you how we will create one advanced graph. Okay. So as I said yesterday, to connect to the data, we will connect from here, right? I'm just clicking on Microsoft Excel here. Then it will allow me to the select Excel files, right? So I'm connecting to employees details table. Immediately I will go into the data source level, right? So basically this is the data source level. Okay. And here we can able to see the data we got connected, and this is sheet 1. To get the data into the Tableau, what I need to do, I will just drag this sheet 1 here. Then I will get the data. We have 3 columns, right? Employee name, employee number, and salary, which we discussed yesterday. So to start creating the graph, we will go to the sheet 1 here, sheet level. We can call it as sheet level. This will be the data source level, and this will be the sheet level. I'm clicking on sheet 1, and this is the canvas where we will create the graphs, right? Yesterday, I explained about dimensions and measures. I hope it is clear for you. Do you want me to explain once again what is dimension and what is measure? See, measures is nothing but basically this is dimension. The first part is dimension and the second part is measures, right? Measure is nothing but if the data is in numerical form, all the numerical data will comes under measures. That's why employee number and salary came here, right? In the measures part. Because in employee number also we will have numerical data, in salary also we will have numerical data. So other than the numerical data, every other data will comes under dimensions. It may be character data, geographical data, or data type data. Okay. Like this way, in this way, we can remember easily. All the numerical data will comes under measures, and apart from numerical data, all the remaining data will comes under dimensions. Okay. Next, let's start creating the graph. Yesterday, I said we need to drag this employee name to the rows, right? And salary to the columns. Then we can able to see the graph. You may get doubt, right? Like, how to know whether to drag this employee name to the rows and salary to the columns, right? If that is so, see, I'm removing here. If we want to remove the columns from here, what we can do, there are 2 ways. There is one drop down here, right? On the employee name, I need to click that drop down. There is remove option. If I click on remove, it will get removed. And the second option is I can just simply drag this and drop it somewhere at the bottom. It will remove. Okay. So instead of dragging and dropping, if we are not sure whether to keep this employee name in rows or columns, what we can do, simply we can just double click on the column name. Here I'm double clicking on the employee name. It directly went into rows. Here I'm double clicking the salary. It will, by default, it will go to the columns only, but we can see that here in the marks part. Okay. Now what we need to do, we can select any of the graphs. If you observe at the starting, all the graphs are disabled. When we select the data only, that related graphs are enabled for us, right? Now, if I want to create and one more thing you can observe, if I'm keeping the cursor here on this graph, at the bottom, it is showing the description. See, I kept the cursor here. At the bottom, it is showing me the name of the graph. This graph name is horizontal bar, right? And at the bottom, it is showing the prerequisites. That means one measure is used to create this graph like that. Okay, so I'm just selecting that graph here. To select the graph, we need to just click on that graph, right? Once I clicked on that graph, the graph got created. Okay, now if I want to change the color to this graph, what I will do, we will use this marks shelf. simply what I will do, I will just drag this employee name to the color part. Then for each and every employee, I will get some different colors, right? If I want to display the salary name, see, if you observe, whenever I'm moving cursor, at that time you can see the employee name and salary name here, right? But instead of moving cursor also, if you want to see the salary beside the bar, what we need to do, there is one option here saying T, right? We need to click that one. Then we can able to see the what we call salary beside the bar. And in the horizontal bars, we can even sort the data either in ascending order or descending order. We have options here. In the menu bar, if you see, we have two symbols here. This one indicates ascending order and this is descending order. Okay. So if I click here, the data will be sorted in the descending order. If I click this, the data will be sorted in the ascending order. Okay. And we can also, swap the rows and columns. Here in x-axis, I have salary and y-axis, I have employee names, right? So I have beside ascending and descending, symbols, I have one symbol to interchange the rows into columns and columns into rows. If I click this, it is swapping, right? We can also do that by clicking Control W in our keyboard. Control W. I just clicked Control W in my keyboard, then the data got interchanged once again, right? In this way, we can create graph. Now let me rename this graph. This is basically horizontal. To rename the graph, what we need to do, we need to just double click on this sheet one. Okay. I'm renaming it as horizontal bar. Okay. Now if I want to create another bar, I will open another sheet. You can see beside this, we have one more icon. This is sheet icon. Okay. If I click this one new sheet will be open. For the same data, let's create some another graphs. Okay. See, I selected employee name, I selected salary. Previously, I created bar, right? Horizontal bar, right? Now let's create tree map. This is one more graph which can be used with the same data. Here, each bar represents one employee name, right? In this way, in tree map, this rectangle will represents this square or rectangle will this box, basically this box will represent employee name. Okay. Again, the process is same here. If I want to change the color of the box, I will drag employee name to the color. And here you can observe, I said in horizontal bar that to display the salary, I will click this T option, right? That is mark labels option. But if I'm clicking this T option here, my names are my names are disabled, right? I'm not able to see my names. If I'm clicking the T option again, I'm able to see the names here, employee names. But along with the employee names, if I want to display the salary here itself on the box, what we need to do, the same T option is available in this marks shelf also. This one, you can see something called as label, right? In this, whatever data we want to see on the box, we need to drag that data into the label part. Previously, what we did, we want each and every employee name a different color. At that time, we drag this employee name to the color part. Then we got different colors, right? Like that. Now what I want, my requirement is that I want to display the salary on the box. So what I will do, I will drag the salary to the label part. Then it will display the salary. Okay. Hi Divya Kumari, I think you are new to the class, right? I'm just explaining the how to create the Tableau graph. Okay, this is the basic graph I just started just now. So this is how we will create this tree map. Okay, let me rename it. Again, as I said, to rename to rename this, what I need to do, I will just double click on the sheet 2. I will rename it as tree map. Okay, now let's create another sheet, the same data. After creating that, let's see any another data. Okay, some complex data. Now I'm just opening the another sheet here. I'm using again the same employee name and employee not employee number actually. So like this, if we mistakenly added some other, what we call other columns, if we want to remove, how to remove, I said, what we will do here, this is the employee number column, but basically I don't need employee number. In a hurry, I clicked employee number, right? So what I need to do, there will be drop down here. On this drop down, we need to click that drop down and we will need to click remove. Okay. So here I want salary. So I double click the salary. Now I want to create one, there is one more related graph, that is packed bubbles, last one. If I selected that, I got this data. Basically, these three graphs are same. It is the only difference is the representation form. The first graph, it will be in the form of bar. Second one in the form of box, and the third one is in the form of circle, right? The remaining everything is same. Again, the same concept. We need to drag employee name to the color part and salary to the label part. Okay. Here again, the biggest circle will be the highest salary and the smallest circle will be the smallest salary. Okay. And as I said, if we want to, turn on the presentation mode, we have the option here. Or else we can also use functional key F7 from our keyboard. If I'm just clicking here, it will show the presentation mode. Whenever we are giving PPTs, we will use this mode. Okay. And immediately after selecting the presentation mode, towards the right side, you can see something, right? This is basically called as legend. We will discuss about this going forward. Okay. Now let me rename this as packed bubbles. Okay. So now let me show with some other data. To do that, I will open new worksheet. How to do that? We have file option here, right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
ఇది ఇప్పుడు మనము లేబుల్స్ పెట్టుకున్నప్పుడు మనీ, కీర్తి వీళ్ళకి సాలరీస్ రాలేదు. రాజు, పంకజ్,
ఇక్కడ
జోష్న.
ఇప్పుడు మాక్సిమం ఏమవుతుందంటే సేమ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ రాదు. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇక్కడ ప్రీతికి రావాల్సింది ఇప్పుడు 20,000 అనుకోని, బార్ లెవెల్ మనకు సేమ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇదంతా 27,000 అని మనం అనుకోవచ్చు. బట్ ప్రీతికి రావాలి యాక్చువల్లీ. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ 60,000 సేమ్ కాబట్టి ఒకసారి వచ్చింది. 50,000 ఒక్కసారి వచ్చింది. మరి ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు రాలేదు? ఎందుకు రావట్లేదు? బట్ బేసిక్ అట్లా వస్తుంది. జస్ట్ సేమ్ ఉంటే మాత్రమే రాదనమాట. ఇట్లా 60,000 ఎట్లైనా సేమే ఉంది కాబట్టి ఒకటేసారి చూపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే.
ఆల్రైట్. సో యా, టు ఓపెన్ ఎ న్యూ వర్క్ షీట్. ఇప్పుడు ఇదంతా ఒక వర్క్ బుక్ కదా. సో if I want to connect to some new data, now first of all, as this is our first graph, what I did, I connected to sample data, that is employees details. Now let's connect to some advanced data. For that, I want another new sheet, worksheet. To do that, what I will do, there is a file option here, right? I will click on file and I will click on new. Then immediately our new workbook will be opened. Right. Our new workbook is open. This is a blank workbook. If you see, it is book 2. Okay. Now here we can see, if you remember, for the first time, whenever I'm opening the Tableau desktop, manak directly connect page lo kelindi. We can able to see the connect towards the left side, and in the center, we saw some of the recently opened graphs, right? That is one way that we can see that way whenever we open the Tableau for the first time. If we open, whenever we are already working with the Tableau, and if we open a new worksheet, directly we will get this page only. But towards the left side, you can see connect to data kind of thing. We need to click here to connect to the data. Then only we will get to see this thing. Okay. Now, let me connect to Excel file only. After 2 to 3 days, I will show you the installation of SQL Server, and I will show you how we will, connect to the SQL Server. For now, we will use Excel only. So I'm just clicking on Excel file again here. Divya, as you are new, see, this is basically I hope I don't know whether you saw my yesterday's demo video or not. If I suggest you to see that video so that you can understand the clear, you can get some clear understanding of what is Tableau and all. Okay, but basically here, whenever we do some sort of analysis on the data only, right? To create any Tableau graph, we need data, correct? So the data can be in any form. It can be in the Excel file, it can be in the text file, and it can be in the any form of the database like MySQL, SQL Server, like that. See, if I click on this more option, these are all the databases available in Tableau. So we have many ways of data here. Whatever data we want, we can connect from here. Okay, now I'm connecting to the Excel file. That's the reason I'm selecting Excel file here. Then it will allow me to select the Excel file from my laptop. Okay. So I have some sample Superstore data. Now I'm connecting to that data. Okay, I'm clicking on open. And this is called as data source level. Immediately after connecting to the data, we will get at the bottom left, you can see something called as data source, right? This is the data source level. Previously in our first, employees data, we have only sheet 1. But here we have 3 sheets. One sheet is orders, the second one is people, and the third one is returns. Whatever we want to use, we can drag that here. To get the data to the Tableau, what we will do? We need to drag this sheet to the here. Now I want to work on orders data. So what I will do, I will drag this orders to the center part, then we can able to see the data here. Okay, see, I got the data here. These are all my column names, orders, okay, or row ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name. If I scroll it towards the right side, we can see like this, I have many columns, okay, category, subcategory, product name, sales, profit, discount, like that. I have many columns. If you observe, yesterday I said, one second guys. If we observe, we have hash here and we have ABC here. Yesterday I said our Tableau is very smarter enough. It will recognizes the data types automatically once we get the data, right? Hash in the sense integer data type. Okay. Hash indicates integer data type. And as row ID is, we have numerical data only. This is the integer data type data. That's the reason we can able to see hash. ABC in the sense character data. Okay. Like that. This is data type. Basically, we have 4, mainly we will use 4 data types in Tableau. First one is numerical data type, and the symbol for that is hash. Second one is character data type, that means ABC. And the third one is date data type, and the symbol is calendar. This is all the date columns, right? For the ship date, order date, we can see the calendar symbol here, right? And the fourth data type is geographical data type.
Geographical data type.
Right. See this one. I said no yesterday. We will see. We can able to see globe symbol. This is the globe symbol. Right. For country, city, state, like this columns, we will use geographical symbol. This four data types only mostly we will use in the SQL. Okay. And here, sorry, this 4 data types only mostly we will use in Tableau. And in SQL, we need to define data types manually whenever we are creating the tables. But in Tableau, once we connect the data types will be automatically defined here. We can see the data types automatically. Okay. So to create the graphs, let's go to sheet 1 here. Towards the bottom left, you can see something called as sheet 1, right? We need to click on this to create the graphs. Basically, this is the canvas part, Divya. This is the place where we will create the graphs. Okay. And you can see all the column names towards the left side. And guys, please don't mind. I'm repeating the dimensions and measures concept once again as Divya came just now and she's new to our class. I'll just explain it quickly. And Divya, you can observe this are all these column names. And if you see, there is a separation line here in between, right? Basically, Tableau is again, it is very smarter. It divides the data into 2 parts. The first one is called dimensions and the second one is called measures. Okay. So what is dimension? What is measure? In the sense, all the numerical data comes under measures. The simple way to remember the concept, all the numerical data will comes under measures. Numerical data in the sense here, discount will be the numerical data only for sure. We will have only numbers in it. Profit will be numerical data, quantity will be numerical data, and sales will be numerical data. In the same way, orders also numerical data. And apart from the numerical data, all the other remaining data, like it may be character data, data type data, geographical data, all those data will comes under dimensions. Okay. And this is the easy way to remember. But the actual concept here is that measures in the sense for all the columns, if we for all the columns, if we can able to do some calculations or aggregations. Calculations in the sense, maybe something like some difference, or if we can able to find the percentages, discounts, right? That is all called as calculations. Aggregations in the sense, we have some aggregate functions. If you have knowledge on SQL, we know we have some aggregate functions like what we call minimum, right? Maximum, average. Okay, these are all we have count. These are all aggregate functions. Basically, to find the minimum value, to find the maximum value, to find the average value, to find the count of the value, those all things can be done on numerical data only, right? So for whatever columns, if we can able to perform any calculations or aggregations, that columns will comes under measures. This is the exact definition of measures, and the remaining data comes under dimensions. The reason why I am explaining these calculations or aggregations in the sense, there will be some data. Suppose we have any column. In that column, if we have numbers also, but if we are not performing any aggregations or calculations, and in suppose if any particular graph, if we are not doing any calculations and aggregations, and if we want to make this column into dimension, we can convert this measure into dimension. I mean, for the first time, we can see able to see, for suppose there is one profit column. Just imagine, for profit column, if we are not doing calculations and aggregations, and if we want, and suppose to create any one particular graph, we want to use or we want to make this profit into dimensions, we can do that. We can convert any of the measures to the dimensions as well. That one we will see going forward in our next classes. For now, just remember only one thing, mostly all the numerical columns comes under measure.
Understand, madam.
Remaining data comes under dimensions. Okay. All right. So now let's create graph, and to create graph, what do we need to create here? We have, this is basically the sales data. We have sales, quantity, profit, discount, and we have category wise, subcategory wise data. So let me select subcategory. Okay, we have many subcategories here. I have category also. Okay, and I will select sales. Simply whatever data we want to analyze, we will double click that, and once we selected the data, we will get some relevant graphs here. We need to select that graph. Okay, now I'm clicking the side by side data. Here creating the graphs is very easy. Okay, we need to just select this, and these are all graphs are inbuilt graphs. Creating inbuilt graphs are easy. Okay, basically by just clicking once we can create. Okay, see, I just clicked side by side chart. Here it came. Here it is showing category or subcategory. That is, furniture is category one category. Office sales is one category. Technology is one category. Inside the furniture, we have subcategories like bookcases, chairs, furniture, tables, like that. And this is my sales. Okay. This is how we will create the graphs. If I want to display the sales here, I can do that. How I can do that? I will just I will drag the sales into the label part. Here it will show the sales, right? Suppose instead of along with the sales, if I want to display the profit also, we can do that. We can, I'm just dragging the profit into the label part. It will show us the profit also. See, 3,28,449 will be my sales and 26,590 is my profit. For this particularly for the chairs, inside the furniture is my category, chairs is my subcategory, this is my sales and this is my profit. If we have minus in the sense, this is a loss kind of thing, right? This is how we will create graphs. Is this clear? If it is clear, let's create any advanced graph. I hope this is clear
Clear,
for you.
ma'am.
Yes, I'm opening a new workbook and let's create. See here, these are many inbuilt graphs, right? Right. Along with this inbuilt graphs, we have many advanced graphs. Okay, like waterfall chart, funnel chart, donut chart, like that, lollipop chart. We have many. So to create all those charts, what we need to do, we need to follow some process. Okay. So now in that graphs, for now, let's create waterfall chart. Okay. Again, we need to click on connect to data to connect the data. And I will click on Excel file and I will use same superstore data. Okay. Again, I want orders only. I'm dragging and dropping the orders here. I got the data. I'm going to the sheet level to create the graph, right? Now, instead of the inbuilt graphs here, these are all my inbuilt graphs. But instead of this inbuilt graphs, I want to create advanced graph. And that graph is called as waterfall chart. Okay. Let's see how we will create the waterfall chart. As the name suggests, after creating the chart or graph, the shape will be in the form of waterfall, right? And we can like by using waterfall chart, what we can analyze in the sense, we can analyze the sales of the company, like how it grows from place to place. Okay, not only sales, we can also analyze any numerical data like profits of my company, whether I'm getting positive profits, I mean, whether I'm getting profits or losses, like that. We can analyze everything. Okay, let's see how we will create that waterfall chart. Basically, to create any advanced chart, we need to take help of any of the available inbuilt charts. So in this charts, we have something called as Gantt chart. We will by using that chart only, we will create a waterfall chart. Let's see the process now. First of all, what I will do, I will create a simple bar chart. For that, I need the data, like I will take subcategory. I will select subcategory and I will select sales. And I will create a simple bar chart first. Okay, this is my bar chart, right? First I took a subcategory wise sales and I created a bar chart. Clear? Now what I will do, subcategory. So let me sort the data first. To sort the data, I will sort the data in the descending order. Okay. See, as I said, to sort the data in the descending order, at the top in the menu bar, we will have the option, right? So I sorted the data in the descending order, that is highest to the lowest, right? Now what I will do, I will swap the chart to get the exact waterfall shape. I will just swap the chart. Swapping option is there here, right beside the ascending option, right? Or else by using Control W in our keyboard also we can swap. Here, if you observe, it came a little bit of the shape of the waterfall, right? If the water is falling from the hill, it will fall like this only, right? We just got a shape, but this is not the exact shape. To get the exact shape, what we need to do, I mean, the reason why I'm saying that, to get the shape only, I swapped the rows into the columns, right? Before, we have this shape, right? Instead of that, if I swap this, we are getting some sort of waterfall shape, right? Now what I will do, to get the exact waterfall chart, I need to change the chart type. How to change the chart type? In Mark Shelf, there is something called as automatic here, right? you can see something called as automatic here. We need to click on that drop down. Here we have all the shapes available. By default, we have this bar shape. Automatic shape is nothing but bar. You can see towards the left side, the shape is like bar. Here, instead of bar, I want this gained bar. We have one chat called as gain chat. So I'm changing the chat type here. I'm just clicking the gained bar. Immediately, my graph got changed, right? But here the size is very less. Here, basically what I'm doing, I'm trying to analyze the subcategory wise sales, right? So I need to get the data also along with the sales. So to do that, to increase the size, what I will do, to get the exact waterfall shape and to get the exact sales shape, what I will do, I will change the shape of the graph first. Okay. Now I want to give some color and I want to change the size also. So to do that, what I can do, I will drag the sales into size. We have sales here, right? And we have size option here. We have color, we have size, and we have label. As I said, to change the size of the chart, we need to use this size option here, right? So here, what I want to, display the size according to the sales. That's the reason I will drag the sales to the size part. So here what it will show, if my sales is less, I will get the shape, bigger shape. If my sale is low, I will get the smaller shape. Okay. That's the reason I dragged the sales into the size. We need to remember all these steps. Okay. With practice, you can remember. No problem. We will have 5 to 6 steps. That's it. Okay. We changed the shape now. Now what I will do, I will change the color also. To get the color, what I will do, again, I will drag the sales only to the color. I will drag the sales to the color part. See, if you can see here, some of sales, we got the color in gradient. Gradient in the sense light blue to dark blue. That means light to the dark. For the highest sales, we got dark color. Going forward, however, our sales are decreasing, the color is also becoming light, right? So basically, this is called as waterfall chart. Okay. If you observe, the shape is like this. If the water is falling from the hill, it will fall like this only, right? The shape will be like this. And this how this is depicting us, what this graph is telling us, it is showing us the sale, subcategory wise sales, how our sales are decreasing. Right? For the highest sales we got, for phones we got highest sales. Next for chairs we got highest sales. Going forward, our sales are decreasing for these products. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Okay. Divya, what you just, I'm not able to respond because I work in night shift. Okay, I understand, Divya. You can, if you have any doubts, you can just, text me in chat. I will see the chat. You can just listen to my class, no problem. So this is called as waterfall chat. See, let's do the complete process with another data also. So now what we did, we created waterfall chart for subcategory wise sales, right? Now what we will do, first let me rename this. I'll rename this subcategory wise sales, right? Waterfall chart. This is our waterfall chart. Now I will open sheet 2 and let's create another same waterfall chart just to show you the process once again, so that if you have any doubts, it will be clear, right? So I will show you subcategory wise profits. Previously we saw, let me remove this. Previously we saw for sales, right? Subcategory wise sales. Now let's repeat the same process. Let's see once again how we will create the waterfall chart. but now we will use the profits. Okay. See, now what we need to do? We need to select subcategory. As I said, we will create for profits. I am selecting the profits. And first we need to create basic graph, right? And let me change the order, sort the data, right? One second. Now let's do one thing. Let's sort the data in ascending order. This will be better. In any order we can sort. If it is in ascending order, we will get the shape very clearly, right? So in that way, we need to check how to get the shape only, we need to sort the data. Okay. And what will be my next process? I need to change the chat type, right?
Chart type change it into bar type, vertical shape.
Yes. In this chart type, I will select gained bar. Then immediately my chart is changed. But here I need to change the size and
Size
color.
and color. Profit
So
will be dragged into size, and again profit will be dragged into color.
color, perfect. Here you can see I dragged the profit into the size part, then we got the size, and I also changed it into color so that we can see our color is now orange to blue. For all the negative values, that means you can, if you observe very clearly here towards the left, we have orange color. This is all we got losses, and this is also, and this everything is profit for us. Basically,
Blue
this
color
is
is the profit.
blue color is in profit, right? Basically, this is called as waterfall chart. This is a very important chat, and this is one of the important interview questions also. If you are, whenever you are applying for Tableau developer role, in the Tableau round, they will ask you to create at least one advanced chat, maybe donut chat, maybe waterfall chat, maybe funnel chat. It's up to the interviewer's choice, but randomly they will ask you to create one complete advanced chat. They will give you the data and they will ask you to create the graph. So you should be thorough with all the advanced charts.
Meeting
Okay.
lo
So you need to create everything. So this is one of the advanced chat. Is this clear, guys? So next what we will do. Let me show you what is dashboard for now. Basically, so far what we did, we created all graphs, right? Like this is one graph. One second, I'll complete. Yeah. So this is one graph, this is one graph, this is one graph, right? But basically in real time, we will deal with dashboards. Dashboard is nothing but the collection of graphs. Okay, if I keep all these graphs together in one place, that is called as dashboard. Let me show you any. See, I have some dashboards here. Let me open anything. See, this is one dashboard. Basically, what it happens, this is one graph. Okay, this is called as area chart. In our concept, after explaining this, I will show you the course content. We will, we will I will explain each and every concept very practically. Okay. And this is my another graph. This is third graph, city-wise sales. It is taking time to load. Basically, this will be my map. Okay, geographical map data. And the fourth one is scatter plot. We will call this graph as scatter plot. So basically, I created first 4 graphs, and with the by using all these four graphs, I created one dashboard. Dashboard is nothing but, no, in this it is not there. Just give me a moment, guys. Let me. Just a second, it is loading. See, basically, this is my dashboard. These are all my different graphs, right? First graph, second graph, third graph, and fourth graph. If I combine all these graphs together, that is called as a dashboard. You can see all the graphs together in one single place, right? Basically, in real time, we will create all dashboards only. In going forward, I will explain you how we will create this all the dashboards very practically. Okay, and after creating the dashboards, we can relate that dashboards also. If you observe here, we can relate it. See, if you observe, if I'm selecting any one part of this graph is also changing, right? If I'm clicking this bar, I'm clicking the storage part here. So the storage data only displaying here, right? So the thing is that we are relating all these graphs. So how we will create the dashboard, how we will create filters for that, how we will relate the, all the graphs in the dashboard. This everything we will learn very practically. Basically, the graphs we are seeing, how we will create the graphs in demo classes, that will be the very easy one, because that will be the basic graphs and that will be the inbuilt graphs, right? But going forward, there are many important topics for us. We will first, let me show you the course content. And once I'm done with my course, I will explain important interview questions also with you. Okay. Yeah. See, this is the course content we are going to cover in our class. First one, introduction to Tableau, which we already finished. Tableau architecture, I will explain tomorrow for you. Tableau features, we already finished. Installation of Tableau desktop, I will show you on Monday. Okay, because by tomorrow, the link will be changed. I mean, after tomorrow, our demo classes will be finished. And if you got registered in the course, then only you can access the classes from Monday. So our link will be changed, and after changing the link on Monday, I will show you the installation process of Tableau desktop. Measures and dimensions, of course, we finished. Tableau products also we finished. OLAP, OLTP. What is OLAP? What is OLTP? That means what is database and what is data warehouse. You might have heard about data warehouse previously, but what is what? Why we will use that, in what cases we will call it as database, and in what cases we will call it as data warehouse, and what is the difference between them, everything we will learn at this class. Next, schemas, types of dimensions and facts, Tableau access. Okay, till here I can say these are all our basic concepts. From Tableau access, our real concepts will start. I will explain Tableau access, and along with that, along with the Tableau, I will explain SQL basics also. So not going to explain the complete SQL here, but only the basics part. I will explain the SQL basics and I will make you to install I will show you the installation process of SQL Server and I will explain the basics. And I will show you how we will connect SQL Server to the Tableau. And we will start generating Tableau reports by using SQL Server. Previously, till now, we see how we are connecting to the Excel file, and by using Excel data only, we are creating graphs, right? So from this class, by using SQL Server only, we will connect the data and we will create the graphs. Next, these are all important topics. Tableau connections, data types in Tableau, understanding real-time database. Here, in this course, in many institutes, what they will do, they will explain each and every concepts by using some basic data. But here, I won't do like that. I will use some real-time database. I have two databases. I will use any of the database so that if you work with big data only, once you join in any company, you can relate with that data, right? So I will explain the database first, and I will show you how you will restore the database. I mean, I will give that database to you, and I will show you how you will restore that database in your SQL Server. Okay, after that, from here, our main and most important topics will start. That is joins. If you are already having some knowledge on SQL, you might know the importance of joins. If you are completely new and if you don't know SQL also, first here I will explain you the basic theory part of the joins. Then after explaining the complete joins concept, I will show you how we will use joins in Tableau. No worries. Okay. Next, data blending. This is also one of the important topic, and filters is the most important topic. Whenever we are creating any filters, whenever after creating any Tableau graphs, we need to apply filters to that data. We have 9 different types of filters. I will explain each and every filter very practically. Next, we have concepts called as hierarchies, actions, parameters, how we will create and how we will use the parameters. Parameters is also very important topic, okay? And row shelf, column shape, marks, cat, these are all some topics. Here comes the visualization part. Once we are done with all these topics, I will get into the visualizations concept. That means for each and every graph, I will explain very clearly. Okay, what is bar charts? We already created horizontal bar, but for what kind of data we will use bar charts? Because creating graphs is easy in Tableau, but for what kind of data, what type of chart should be created is the thing we should understand. That thing you can understand in this classes. I will explain each and every chart very practically, and at that time I will make you understand what type of data should be used for creating these graphs. Okay, these are all various types of graphs, inbuilt graphs. Okay, till here we have line charts, area charts, scatter plots, histogram, up to packed bubbles. These are inbuilt graphs. Along with that, these are advanced graphs, donut charts, funnel charts. Next, waterfall chart. We finish now, right? Next, lollipop chart. Okay. Next, word cloud chart, and next, what next? Funnel chart, donut chart. Yeah, there are 1 or 2 graphs, advanced graphs. I will cover all those graphs here. Okay. Next comes with the Tableau sets concept. Tableau sets, groups, functions. These are all important topics. Mainly, Tableau sets is one concept, and here, if you see at the top, we have one concept called as parameters. Basically, whatever graphs we created till now, that are static graphs only, right? But in real time, we will create dynamic graphs. That means if we want to, for client, what we will do, we will create some dynamic graphs so that he can filter the data itself. I will explain what is static graphs and what is dynamic graphs. I will explain in the class. We will create a graphs in such a way that whatever, if client want to see only top 10 sales, he can simply give the data input as 10. If we want to see top 500 sales, he can give the input as 500. The process of creating such graphs is called as dynamic graphs, so that we are giving options to the client. Okay, that graphs basically we will create that by using these two concepts together, parameters and sets. If we use parameters and sets, basically those two are separate topics. If you can see any of the institute, I can bet you they will teach these two topics separately only. But in the real time, we will use these two topics together. Then only we can create the dynamic charts. Basically, once you get into any job, you need to work on the Tableau dashboards and dynamic charts only. Okay. So I will explain you how we will create the dynamic charts, how we will use these two concepts together. Then we have groups, Tableau functions. We have many types of Tableau functions like string function, number function. These are all different types of functions. I will explain each of them. After that, we have something called as KPIs, drop line, trend line, and forecasting line. Here comes with the Tableau dashboards, Tableau stories, Tableau online. Here I said yesterday we have many Tableau products, right? So I will show you how we will create the Tableau online account, how we will create and modify the schedule kind of thing. This everything we will understand. Next, as I said, we have Tableau server, right? How we will give the subscriptions, how we will give the authoring permissions, how we will publish the reports, everything we will see in this Tableau server class. Next, Tableau prep ETL tool. I will show you the installation process, and I will show you the entire steps, how we will clean the data in that Tableau prep classes. Okay. With this, our syllabus will be finished. After that, I will discuss the important interview questions for you. And if you have any doubts also, you can ask me at any time. Each and every topic here, we covered almost the complete course of the Tableau. You can check in online also. This will be the only concepts in Tableau. Okay. Not only fresher, if you learn all these concepts very practically, if you have some gap or if you are planning to keep some experience also, you can do that. Okay. So yeah, this is our course plan. And along with this, once we are done with this, all the concepts and important interview questions, I will show you in our heading, main heading, whenever we are giving advertisements, you can see with the real-time dashboard, right? So I'm going to explain one real-time dashboard for you. Let me show that dashboard. See, this is the dashboard. This is something called as HR Analytics dashboard. Basically, once we get into any real-time job, we will create this dashboards this much technically. So I will explain this dashboard, how we will create this dashboard from scratch. I will explain you this. I will make you to create this dashboard so that you can mention this in your resume. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Anyways, in dashboards concept, we will learn how to create dashboards, but that will be not this much technically. If you can see, previously I shown you one dashboard, right? That will be, see, this is different. This is one dashboard, but in real time, we will create the dashboards like this. How to install this at the back end, we have one wallpaper, right? And how to exactly, how I kept this chart in this box and how I did everything I will explain you detailedly, practically, and I will make you to create. I'll make you to complete work this dashboard. Okay. So this is about our course plan. Is it clear, guys? So from tomorrow, we will start our new concepts. Like I will explain Tableau architecture and few concepts tomorrow. Okay. And the course fees is of 10,000 and the duration is of 45 days. Tomorrow will be our last demo class and our link will be changed by Monday. Okay. From Monday, on Monday, I will show you the installation process of the Tableau and we will get into our real concepts. All right. Okay, let's end this class now and let's meet tomorrow.
Thank you, Divya.
You're welcome.